it's Lori. Welcome back to my studio. I'm so glad you're here. I want to wish a happy holiday season to everybody. I don't know what holiday or if any holiday at all that you might be celebrating at your house, but I just want to wish you happiness and joy with whatever it is that you are celebrating. Even if it's not Christmas or Hanukkah or any of the bigger holidays like that, maybe you're just got the solstice coming up, the winter solstice, and it's something that you look forward to. It is between all of these celebrations that are going on in the world, there's a reason actually that they're all this time of the year because um, this is a very high vibration, high light energy time. It's the best time for finding positive high vibration energy in the world. Um, so, I'd like to hope that you guys aren't so stressed out with the preparation for these holidays um, that you're not finding that time for the peace and the light and the celebration and the parties and the gathering of loved ones. Sitting back and just looking at the lights that you've put up for the holiday. Um, that all that kind of good stuff because it really is quite an amazing time of the year if you can just put aside some of the stressors and and find time for the good stuff. Don't leave it all for one day, Christmas Day or whatever. Enjoy it throughout the whole season. I wish that for you. Anyway, that's my happy holiday wish for you. Today, I am doing a painting, speaking of holiday, for my newest little granddaughter for Christmas, and it's for her room. So I've got some bright colors in it, much like the other one that I did in my last video, which is for my older granddaughter, who's 3. This is for her little sister who was born in September. And the colors are kind of similar to the ones I put in Ella's painting, but the shape is different, and I'm going to do some different things. Different, a little bit, they're never both all the same. I could never duplicate one of these if I wanted to. It's just how it is. I can use the same colors, the same kind of basic technique, but going with the flow of is what I see as I'm going along and what I'm feeling as I'm going along and the feeling from the painting and all that kind of stuff. And as I let it dry and go down the next day to look at it or whatever, I most often tend to do a little more to it. So, yeah, hang on till the end. This one takes a lot of different transformations throughout the painting. Hopefully, you've got the time to do that. If not, maybe you could have it on in the background while you're wrapping gifts or I don't know, whatever it is you're doing. And just see what's happening. Maybe it'll inspire you to try some of these techniques yourself. And it would be kind of fun for me to see what you've got going on. So, yeah, hashtag me or something if you post your painting somewhere. I'd love to see it. Anyway, um, yeah, as a matter of fact, I just went down to as after they dry, I with the final dry, I get it and put it in some different light with a different background usually, or at least a white wall behind it instead of it sitting on a table and take the final pictures, the finished result pictures. And as I went down to my studio downstairs to do that, I said, you know what, this thing needs something else. It needs to be brightened up a little bit. So I had to put a little bit more, just a little touch of white here and there. But anyway, you'll see. It's a process. I mean, I could probably put a canvas in that room and paint on it every day for months. I don't know. I probably could. That might be a fun thing to do, as a matter of fact. Anyways, and then I'd never give you a video because I'd still be working on the painting. But anyway, yeah. So back to the holidays. It is a time of great light and high vibrations. Um, by high vibrations, if you're not familiar with that phrase, what that means is when you're more filled with light and filled with love in your heart, when you can feel that love in your heart, um, your light is shining brighter, your soul's light is shining brighter, and you're going to see happier things. You're going to attract more things that match your own vibration. Um, it's science, actually. Science is proving that all of this is true. And it's interesting. Not all scientists have bought into this because it's very different from the Newtonian physics, the new physics, the quantum physics, but yet it's the same. But you can find some really interesting scientists out there if you're into the science end of it, which I actually am. Um, and you can see for yourself what it is that's going on with all of it. But it's all part of the great shift of our planet and the, I don't know, some would call it the Armageddon that we're going through right now. Um, I know there's so much going on in the planet right now. I could lower my vibration and talk about that, but maybe for a minute, with all of the wars and the awful things that you're seeing. But I'll tell you, you know, all of the people that I listen to and what I'm hearing from my guides and my higher self is we are on track to be going into this fifth dimension of light and living there in the fifth dimension. This is what this is all about. Um, Even the prophets of the ancient religions and even in Christianity, the book of Revelations, there's the year reign of peace and joy and love when Jesus comes back. Um, I feel like when Jesus comes back is he's coming back in our hearts and souls, and we are all ascending as he did in his lifetime. He came here to do that for us and show us how it's done. And there's been a lot of research recently about that. And if you really compare his teachings in the New Testament to what the spiritual teachings are now, they're very the same. They're definitely very the same. He spoke in parables. I talk about Jesus because that's who I know the best. I grew up as being a Catholic my whole life growing up, and I raised my children as Catholics. Even though I was searching for more, I was bringing the Catholic Church into it, so I was looking for the connection between these other thoughts and ideas out there that I felt so pulled and drawn to, and what Jesus was teaching. And they were there. And now others have written books about it and talked about it and speak about it. So, yeah, anyway, um, maybe you're not Christian or you haven't been Christian, and there's something else you can look into or compare it to if you wish to do that. But yeah, it's we're moving into this light world. It's going to take a while to get there, but we are in the midst of the hardest part of it now. Things are going to get better. Maybe not in 2024, but we are seeing so much come to the surface. All of this stuff that has been going on in the world, it's coming to the surface so that we can look at it and say, with the law of attraction, we attract what we're thinking about. And thoughts are things, as they say. Your thoughts are your reality. So if we see these things and we say, this is not, I don't like this. This is not what I want to live in a world like that. I don't want to live in a world with war. I don't want to live in a world where people are fighting over land over in the name of God. Um, I don't want to live in a world where children are abused and sex trade is going on, or whatever it is for you. Those are some of mine, just some of mine. I don't want to live in a world where I don't trust my government. I don't trust that they're all really working for the people. That's me. And, I mean, they're it's clear that they're not though. I mean, really in the United States anyway. They're because they're all so different. They just want to fight with each other. I don't want a government like that either. Anyway, so I know what I don't want, so I know what I do want. And when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So you get a better idea. So then you focus on the good things that you want in the world, and those things are going to be brought about. That's what it's about. That's what the light workers are here doing, raising the vibration of the planet and trying to spread the word that we can and are making these changes here. We are bringing it all about, all of us. So the more you think about the things that you do want in the world, the good things, the more they're going to come about with less hardship getting there, because we are going to get there. It's just a matter of how much do we have to endure before we get there. So, yeah. So, my thought is, think good thoughts. Think about what you want to see in the world. Think about the good things that are out there and that you want to see. There are a whole lot of good things out there, but if you sit and watch the news, you're not going to see them. I mean, there's one little story at the end of the 6 o'clock news in this country, maybe, with depending on who you're watching, you know, it's going to tell you a highlight of the day or a happy story of the day, and they're going to spend maybe a minute or a minute and a half on it out of the entire news hour. So, that to me is a little off balance. Um, and, and then there's the fact that, can you really believe everything they're saying? Because if you research what they're saying, you find different people telling different stories. So, who's telling the truth, or is anybody telling the truth? I don't know if anybody's really telling the whole truth, but I think we're starting to see people come out that are trying to bring about the truth, and we are going to see more of that. We're going to get more glimpses into the fifth dimension in December, is what I'm hearing. And I have seen that to be true myself, as far as based on where you're at with your growth and in your journey, you are going to get more views of things in the fifth dimension. Um, I personally am, I have studied psychic mediumship, and I am a light worker with and a healer. I've done Reiki and energy work, um, coaching, spiritual coaching, and just hypnotherapy, working with people's subconscious minds in order to help them heal. Um, I have a degree actually from a college in Arizona as an integrative healer, and so I've studied um, over 100 different modalities of healing, and I've incorporated all of these things in my work. Um, so yeah, it's so in that case, I may see things differently than you do based on where you're at. If you too are a light worker, you may be doing things similar to what I'm seeing, but otherwise, you may see something that's more of what you're ready for. Your guides and your higher self are not going to show you things that you're not ready for. Let's put it that way. So if you're not ready to see the aliens that are here helping us move to this new place, this new dimension, then you're not going to see them. If you're not ready to see spirit, then you're not going to see them. If you're not ready to hear spirit, then you're not going to hear them. You may see them in your mind's eye, which I did for a long time, most of my time here. You may hear them in your inner ear, not actual voices. Um, I've done both. And I have recently, in the last couple of weeks, actually, seen spirit in front of me. I mean, clearly in front of me, sitting there on my bed in front of me. There was a 12-year-old girl, and she had long braids, brown hair, curly hair. She was dressed in period clothing of maybe the 1800s or something. I'm not really good at the history of all that stuff, but yeah, she was looking for some help. She was scared. She needed help getting into the light. And so I worked with the angels and my helpers, my higher beings that are here to help me do these things. And we crossed her over. She found her family, and it was pretty cool. There's a lot more detail to that kind of thing. If you want to hear about it, let me know. I'll share more of my stories. If you think it's really too bizarre, that's okay. You don't have to believe it. That's all right if you're not ready for anything like that. I know it's true. I've had experiences that have shown validation that it's true. And so, I don't know. It's up to you. If you want to hear more, let me know. Maybe I can do a membership program or something and we can have people. I don't know. Let me know what you think, what your thoughts are on that kind of thing. But um, back to more of a mainstream kind of a conversation here with all of this. I just want to make sure that you're taking time for self-care during this busy time of year. If you're doing the kind of things that I'm doing, preparing for a Christmas holiday with your family and preparing for the food and the cookies and um, the gifts, decorating the house. And yeah, I've been doing that and trying to um, find some peace with in my room, making it my sanctuary. I got a new bed and I'm redoing things, but there's a lot to it, so I'm taking it one step at a time. But make sure that you are taking time for you. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but you need to make sure you don't give it up. Don't give up your self care um, just because you're too busy. Allow help from others to get things done. Or, if you can't get to everything on your list today, say, okay, these are the most important things that I have to do. And Spirit, I'm going to leave the rest to you. If you truly do that and you believe it, then it's going to happen. It's crazy how it happens, but it does. It just happens. The perfect gift comes to you in front of as an advertisement on your computer, your phone, whatever, so you don't have to worry about that one person anymore. Different things like that. Things happen that will make it more joyous. If you want to look for the joy, it will come. It will come. Just maybe, at the very least, though, breathe deeply and slow down that breath. I mean, we all have to take a shower or a bath. So do that during your shower or your bath. Let the water run on your body and slow down your breath. That slows down your body and tells your body physically that all is well in your world, and you don't have to be in fight or flight. You don't have to be running on high energy. You can just slow down for a minute. You're safe. Everything's good. And it will slow down the cortisol that's being thrown out in your body and all of those stress hormones. And it definitely helps. So you've got your shower time, you've got your bathroom time. I mean, unless you have toddlers, which we all know if we've ever had toddlers that you don't have your own private bathroom time when you have toddlers and they're awake. But maybe while they're napping and you're going to use the bathroom in between your chores or whatever it is you're doing, um, slow it down. Slow it down. Just take some time. Take an extra minute before you go to sleep. Just lay there in your bed and just take those breaths. Slow your body down. Spend 5 minutes just slowing it down and relaxing your muscles. Start with the top of your head and work down your body. And with each breath, as you exhale, release those tensions. Inhale the good energy, exhale the stress energy. And it's amazing what that can do for you. And you'll probably get better sleep from it. And even during your tasks, when you're doing certain things, um, baking, you know, I don't know, whatever you're doing, wrapping, I don't know, cleaning, put some headphones in, listen to some meditation music or Christmas music or, whatever it is you're into um, and just let it bring you to a happy place while you're doing what you're doing. As you're vacuuming the house, have some dance music playing and dance while you're vacuuming. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you smile. Don't forget, it's important to keep these things going. Yeah. Um, so I guess that's what I wanted to say to you guys today. Um, I hope you're all very, very peaceful. In some certain times, you find some peace and you find some joy and spend time with your family. Um, if you sometimes if you don't have any family around, maybe go volunteer sometime at one of the food pantries or something. You know, um, my sister, when I used to go to my husband's family's when I was married um, for Thanksgiving, and she wasn't comfortable doing that. She didn't want to do that for whatever reason. I don't know, but she would go to the um, shelter and she would serve Thanksgiving to the homeless. And she found that very, very rewarding. She really enjoyed it. Whereas when I started doing Thanksgiving at my house, she almost didn't want to come because she wanted to go there and do that again, which I think she actually did once or twice. And, we just planned dinner around her volunteer time. And she found it really very rewarding. And I'm sure it was. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool thing to do. You see it in the movies. Those people really enjoy it too. I guess that's really true. That's what my sister tells me. Um, anyway, there's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And um, yeah, finding joy. It's important. That was the first time I've ever done like anything like that around the painting, like with the just going crazy with a little skinny squirt bottle and some paint with the black like that. I think I just like what it added. You can see with the painting it back to the painting. I'm taking the tape off that I had around the edges because I had painted it black under there. I didn't tell you that at the beginning. I forgot to tell you that. And as you see, there's a little bit of space there between the black and the painting. So I had to touch it up, and that's when I started playing with the painting some more. But here's that final result that I was telling you about. Isn't it pretty? I really like it. Yeah, see there's a little bit of extra white in there that I put in there yesterday before I took the pictures. But it's pretty cool. I'm having fun. I think Emerson is going to have this painting for the rest of her life, I hope. And I always remember that Grandma did it for her when she was a newborn. So, anyway, happy holidays again to you. Thanks for watching. subscribing, and liking the video. Share it with a friend if you have a mind to as well. Take care, you guys. Love you much. See you soon. Bye.